you are joining us live, please go ahead and comment. Let me know that you can hear me and tell me where you are joining us from. I'm here in North Idaho. There is a little bit of construction noise outside my office, so don't mind that. So let's talk about my 5 tips for writing amazing ads and social media posts. I write ads for clients all across the world all the time. I'm actually a copywriter, and that is my trade. So I'm going to be sharing you with my 5 tips that I use every time that I write an ad. So writing compelling copy is essential to the success of your ads, and it can make all the difference in being able to actually achieve your sales goals. When it comes to writing an ad, it's really important to remember you only have a few seconds to capture the attention of your audience. Attention spans are shrinking more than ever, and you need to be able to capture their attention and keep it. So to make sure your ads stand out and leave an impression, here are my 5 tips. The first tip is to know who you're talking to. Always start with a clear understanding of your ideal customer. So you need to ask yourself, are you writing to the child or to the person that is buying their products? Like their mom. So this is actually a funny story. The reason I include this is because when I started StoryQuest Academy, my students were teens and elementary students. So my blog posts and advertisements were targeted towards my students. People who they know how to run writing sessions was one of my blog posts. How to be able to read more books in a year. But once I took a step back and I reviewed what I had been doing, I realized I needed to be writing articles to their mom. So I started blogging about really great clean books that their kids would enjoy. And the results were amazing, completely transformed that business. So it's important to remember to figure out who is going to be buying your product. It may be separate from who's using your product. So the second question you want to ask yourself is, are they new to homeschooling or do they have lots of experience? Because that is really going to change how they're going to interact with your curriculum. Do they have lots of experience with similar types of curriculum? So you're really going to need to explain how you're different. And you want to ask yourself, are they familiar with your type of product, or do they still need to be convinced that it is worthwhile? Is it something that they may consider an elective, but you know that it is not? So you need to be able to actually spend some time convincing them that your product is essential to their homeschool success. Answering these questions are going to help you write an ad or post that resonates with them and makes them more likely to actually buy the product. Okay, let's talk about tip number 2. You need to talk about your benefit, not just your features. So there is a difference between a list of features and a list of benefits. Features are facts about your product or service. Benefits are the positive ways that those unique differences and features are going to impact their child's life. So before they buy, mom wants to know how their kids will benefit from what you're offering. The third tip is to write a great headline. Use words that they're looking for so they can quickly tell if they need your product. Tell them what it is and why they should care. The fourth tip is to add a call to action. A call to action is a call for your readers to take an action. It should be 1 to 2 sentences telling them what to do and how to do it. Without a call to action, posts are less likely to make sales. So if you haven't heard of a call to action and you don't have any on any of your blog posts or any of your ads, it is actually worthwhile to go back once a day and spend a couple minutes adding call to actions to your blog posts. I actually have done this many times for clients, and the results that they get, the number of leads, the number of newsletter subscribers and sales that they get just from adding a call to action to their existing content is phenomenal. So it is so worthwhile to go back and add them. So how do you create a good call to action? How do you know if it's actually going to work? We actually have a call to action formula. You start with capturing their attention with the benefit. So For example, you could ask them, want to learn more about how our product or service solves your problem? And you would say, like, for example, do you want to learn how our music classes solves your kids, attention problems, or how our product or service solves? You want to just fill in the blank on that one. Then you want to tell them what to do and how to do it. Explain what it is you want them to accomplish after reading your post, and give them all the information or links they need to accomplish what you want them to do. For example, sign up for our next event here and include a link. So I've seen a lot of call to actions on flyers that will say, find us on Facebook, on a printed flyer. And it will not have a link. That is not a good call to action. I cannot complete that. I don't know where they are on Facebook. It is too much work to go and search them up and try to find them on Facebook. So you need to include a direct link where they can find you on Facebook, or a link to your website instead. So think about that when you're completing your call to action. Can they complete it easily, and how can I make it easier for them to do it? The easier to make it for them to do it, the more people you will actually have follow your call to action. Finally, you want to add urgency or a deadline. Now that you've captured their attention with the benefit, told them what to do and how to do it, it's time to add some urgency or a deadline. This can be as simple as expires soon, or if you don't have a particular deadline or end date, you can just add now or today. So sign up for our next event here. The event is on April 24th. This is the final 5th tip. Double check your ad. If you're tempted to skip this step, don't. You should definitely read your post out loud. This is going to help you tell if your ad flows well and is easy to understand. You can also read your post to a friend and get their feedback on it as well. You want to grammar check your ad. This can be just reading through the post yourself, but we found that it's helpful to have a tool to help you with that. Both Grammarly and Pro Writing Aid are great tools for checking grammar, among other things, and add an extra layer of polish to your posts. So if you have been following along, I would like you to go ahead and write a simple ad for one of your products and services. So I want you to write a headline that captures their attention, tells them what your product is and why they should care. Talk about a benefit. I want you to write a description that not only targets the mom, but talks about your benefits, not your features. And I want you to add a call to action. If you have time, please share it in the comments so that you can get feedback, so you can double check your post. So writing an amazing ad for a magazine is achievable with the right knowledge and understanding. With these 5 tips, you are now equipped to create an attention-grabbing ad that is sure to get your product or service noticed. Remember to keep it simple, make sure it's relevant to the audience, include a call to action, and focus on the benefits of your product or service. Now that you have all this knowledge, you are ready to create amazing ads. Now you just need a place to put those ads. So if you haven't already taken a look at the e-zine that we are going to be launching in May, I really highly recommend that you take a look at what we're offering. We are right now offering a special promotional package. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, because you guys have got to get in on this. This deal is not going to be available another time, and it is going to make a huge difference in the success of your business. So if you haven't already seen our e-zine that we're going to be launching, here is a sample of what you can expect to see in the full version. This is our advertiser's guide. If you're not familiar with what a pocket e-zine is, it's a digital magazine that can be read on your phone and therefore fits in your pocket. These are some of our benefits, so you can get an idea of what benefits would look like. Talk about specific things that are going to get your ideal customers to be interested in your products. So this is a 2-page ad. This is a video ad and a 1-page ad. This is a blog ad. You actually get 2 pages in the blog ad. This is an example, another example of that blog ad. This is a half-page ad. So these are 2 separate ad spaces here. And these are the micro ads. They're $20. And that's what I wanted to talk to you. We are offering a printables package. This is a very limited time offer, and all of the advertising packages are ending for this May issue on April 24th. So if you've been on the fence thinking, maybe I want to advertise in the evening, it's time to pull the trigger. So with this printables package, it is only $30, but you get $40 worth of advertising. So this includes a product shout out package that is in our newsletter and in our group, as well as on our blog post, and an e-zine micro ad. So you're going to be able to be featured on all of our different platforms, and we're going to design the ad for you. So all you need to send us is an image, a title, and a 75-character description, your price, and 1 link. You will be able to feature a freebie or an under $30 product that fits one of the following themes for the guides that we have in the magazine. It can be puzzles and mazes, arts and crafts, reading and writing, all about bugs, and foreign language and sign language. So just go to this page to go ahead and start advertising your printables package. You already know how to write an amazing ad. So I am looking forward to seeing your great ads and featuring you in the magazine. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'm happy to answer your questions.